So we do have developing news this morning. KSL NewsRadio's Adam Small received a shocking email response from the Department of Homeland Security when he asked them if they stood by a tweet that they had taken a headline, altered it, and they were accusing somebody who had overstayed a visa. That was the official thing, accusing him of being a child abuser. Adam, will you just read us the response that you got from the Department of Homeland Security this morning?
Yeah. So, again, from the official email that we are given as media to reach out to the Department of Homeland Security, attributed to Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin, and I quote, "Because you refuse to do your own research, we can provide you the criminal records. These charges were not filed as a juvenile arrest. DHS stands by arresting a sodomite and a child abuser, and we believe it was completely appropriate to alert the public about one less sicko off America's streets. Get a grip."
Let's bring in Utah immigration attorney Adam Craig. Adam, are you still with us?
I'm here. Yep.
Hey, back us up a little bit, because another really offensive thing occurred, I think, a day earlier, involving the Salt Lake Tribune headline. Can you tell us about that?
So the official tweet from the Department of Homeland Security, where they literally redline and replace the Salt Lake Tribune's language with their own language, labeling him a sodomite and an abuser of children. Yeah.
Yeah, someone did that on their own.
Well, yeah, it's the same. Adam has her name, but it's
Trish McLaughlin.
It's the official. Yes, and so we looked her up. She is the official PR director for the Department of Homeland Security. Like, this is her official job.
I mean,
so you have an assistant secretary engaging in this type of what I would define as high school girlish, boyish fighting banter.
Or worse, yeah.
Or worse. Sure.
So, Adam, you were saying, just as we went to break, that yesterday you said you were planning on filing a libel lawsuit, and now we have this response that comes back from the same person. Tell me how that impacts this lawsuit and what that is going to look like.
Well, I mean, number one, she doesn't understand what a criminal record is, which is really helpful for us because this is not a criminal record. It's an allegation. There's been no record established. It's just another example of when you let people who love you run the country, you operate at the pinnacle of inefficiency. So nobody's vetting. Nobody that actually understands the way that the law works is vetting this.
Yeah, I'm looking at this response, Adam, to our office. Because you refuse to do your own research, we can provide you the criminal records. There are no criminal records, correct?
Bingo.
I looked. There are no criminal records. And then she goes on to say, these charges were not filed as a juvenile arrest. I don't know what she means by that. But
Nor do I.
Because it's nonsensical.
Because it doesn't mean anything.
Right. But at any rate, on a good day, they've got some jail booking sheet that doesn't amount to anything, and no criminal charges were ever filed in the first place, let alone resolved. It never went criminal.
Right. Correct.
And
yet what they've done, though, is this young man coaches soccer at a very high competitive level. So can you imagine now what parents are going to say? Because they're going to read, and you have so many people that drink the Kool-Aid that are all going to say, oh, whoa. The lawyers are lying. The media is lying. This guy is this. Without ever getting due process, without ever getting any sort of, don't take it. He got due process, okay? He did. He got exactly what he was supposed to get, which is a non-criminal, non-adjudicative for criminal record resolution. But now, across the world, we're getting notices from Brazil. We're getting crazy lunatic phone calls, too, accusing us of representing a sodomite.
So right before we went to break, also, you were mentioning, Adam, that when he showed up for the green card hearing, that you were mentioning that DHS had said, whatever the documentation was, that DHS had said there were no criminal records found for his case. Was that correct? Did I understand that correctly?
So I just texted Greg. Sorry, Greg.
No, I got
your number. I just texted you. I texted you guys the official documents that have been filed in immigration court. Now, we need to make a distinction here because DHS is an all-encompassing, that's our department, right? So the Department of Homeland Security, which oversees ICE, ERO, so Immigration and Customs Enforcement, and so enforcement removal operations. Those agents prepared the notice to appear in immigration court, which is a civil equivalent of essentially a summons or an information to appear in a court, which is like our criminal
that
setting.
right here in front of me. Go ahead.
Yep. So then if you read down, it'll tell you in the middle of the page, it'll say charges.
Right.
And it'll say 237A, and I don't remember the exact paren, but you'll look through that, Greg, and it'll say you have been alleged to have overstayed your visa.
Period. Right.
Do you see anywhere on there that they've labeled him a criminal?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nor that he
All
even
right.
has a criminal record. And nothing like that is even mentioned in here. Because it's not. He's not a criminal. He's not a criminal under
Correct.
any definition.
So then go down for me, scroll down to the next series of documents. You're going to see a next series of documents that's called an I-213, and that's the equivalent of the record. So like the official police report,
Like a probable
if you were to
cause
compare.
statement. Yeah, right.
Like
exactly.
a probable cause statement.
Yeah.
Now, on page 2 of 3 on that, you will see at the bottom, it has a specific criminal history notice there, in bold.
Right.
What does it say?
That there is no
Negative.
criminal history. Right. Yes.
Negative.
No, you're right.
Zero criminal history.
Let me ask you a question, Adam. We've only got a minute left. But tell our listeners about Jair. Tell us about him.
He is a good guy. We had 300 letters of support. The kids love this guy. He has dedicated his life to coaching kids in soccer. He loves his wife, loves his kid. The juvenile process worked, Greg. He did what he was supposed to do in juvenile. He saw that this is not a path. Doesn't want to have happen. There's no criminal history since that time. So the juvenile court accomplished exactly what it was supposed to do, which is stopping recidivism. No recidivism. And it worked for him. He went in, accepted what it was, and he's now a father, a husband, and an amazing soccer coach.
So
He really is.
I know we're almost out of time, and we have reached out to DHS to see if they will respond to the response. But I just wanted to ask really quickly, or just have you remind our listeners what Jair said happened as a teenager.
Yeah, consensual relationship. Unfortunately, they met at the church, and I mean the church that everybody knows about, and they engaged in a little bit of an encounter.
And they were both minors.
And they were both minors.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right.
We're out of time. But Adam, thank you so much for joining us and for sticking around for a second segment.
What a story.
Yeah.
We'll be
You
back.
got it.
Crazy.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Most